Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Fallen here for Sputnik Entertainment, and we're starting a brand new video today. What's in our camera bags? What camera gear do we use? What camera gear have we collected and tried out over the years? And to kick off the series, we have found out that the Zoom recorders and Zoom audio devices are coming out with a brand new portable recorder, which is the Zoom H8. It's supposed to be dropping on August 7th of this year for $399. Now, to give you a little bit of insight, we have been using the Zoom H6 for a number of years. Now, it has recently dropped by at least $100, depending where you buy it. We're looking at B&H website, and it's a great recorder. Now, this is not the cheapest field recorder or portable recorder you can get out there, but it has tremendous amount of features. So we're just excited to see what the H8 has to offer. And let's take a look at the screenshots and the pictures that I have provided first of all. Now the design is a little bit different. I think this design is meant to be in the hand a little bit better. It does look like it still has the swappable heads. That was one of the biggest selling points of the Zoom H6, at least for us. Now it'll be really nice to see if these heads will be supported on the H8. Now, I think Zoom is smart enough to realize that over the years, a lot of people have purchased the H6, and it's not the cheapest microphone, and each of their microphone capsules has a bit of a price tag, so it makes sense that they would have some sort of a support on the new recorder. So let's take a look at the back. We have support over here, a tripod screw, designed by Zoom in Japan, assembled in China. Of course, we have a battery port over here. Now, one of the biggest differences is that this is now a touchscreen. Now, I kind of wanted H6 to have a touchscreen, but at that point in time, it's been out for, I believe, over 6 years now. It didn't make sense technologically for it to have that a touchscreen functionality, but nowadays, a lot of our camera and creative gear is touchscreen or touchscreen supported in one way or another, and they're definitely trying to get on it. Now, one of the biggest things I didn't like about the H6 is the menu UI interface, and I think this is why they're trying to go the touchscreen aspect of things. It's not the most complicated interface, but it just has so many folders and folders and subfolders, and it's a lot to get through. But this seems like it's trying to streamline it for you by having field, music, podcast, radio, audio interface, line in, level, SD card. Very simplistic. So that's really nice to kind of set up and gun. Of course, we have the 6 knobs out here. They seem to be toggle on, toggle off. Of course, the swappable head and all the different ports. So we're going to be taking a look at the side. So it has a SD card slot on the side, which hasn't changed, which is nice. So for people who have used the H6, this is going to be a very smooth transition. So I do see that it has USB 2, 2 or 3, but it looks like it's not USB-C. We're going to be taking a look at the specs to see if I switched over to USB-C. It would be nice to see because USB-C has a lot of nice, actually it does, potentially this is a USB-C. When we get into the technical specs, and of course we have headphone, line in and out, power switch. Some functions are definitely the same. And of course we have some photos being provided by Zoom. Now we're going to reach out to our Zoom contacts, see if we can get our hands on it a little bit before the release. Now I know it's a little bit maybe be difficult with everything going on in the world. If they can't provide us a review unit, we're definitely going to grab it when it comes out. Once again, the touchscreen functionality is being demonstrated over here. Now I wonder how easy and kind of like how much pressure you gotta put with these touchscreens, because oftentimes with these touchscreens they're not very touch sensitive. One of the reasons for that is that they don't want you to slightly touch it and screw up a whole recording. So sometimes you do have to put a little bit of pressure. And of course, it's a very beautiful design. Now, Zoom did release a little commercial for it. It kind of demonstrate all the different ways it could be used, from podcast to live recording. Um, in the commercial, this gentleman is interviewing another female singer or a female singer, and they start by just having a conversation, and then they kind of go into asking her to sing a little bit, and it kind of demonstrates how easy it is to do. But let's get into the technical specs, and then hopefully you guys can let me know what you guys think of it. So it's a podcast music field recording modes, 4 XLR mic inputs with pads, and 48 swappable XY stereo mic capsule. So as we kind of talked about, has a swappable capsule, but please, come on, it would have been nice if it would have just straight on said if it was supported from the H6 heads. 2 XLR 1.4 mic line HIZ inputs with 3 app-driven modes that instantly configure the color touchscreen for podcasting, music production, or location recording. The Zoom H6 portable handheld recorder lets you quickly record up to 8 simultaneous input signals with a workflow that is highly optimized for your task. Plus, it's compatible with an array of capsules for easy expansion into a 10 input recording. Like the H series hand recorders such as the H5 and H6, you can hold the H8 in your hand, attach it to a mic stand or tripod, or mount a camera. Shoe mount available separately. So you can put a cold shoe mount and slap it on top of your camera very easily. It's not very heavy. It's not going to screw up your rig majorly. The H6 packs an impressive array of features into a lightweight body that is more than ready to meet the variable demands of podcasters, musicians, sound designers, and content creators. The bundled Cubase LE WaveLab cast software programs give you tools you need to edit, refine, export, upload your projects. That is, I really don't care for that. Cubase, I feel like, not my definitely favorite audio production software. I use Adobe Suite mostly nowadays. And then when I've done native audio production, I either go with Ableton or FL Studio. So Cubase has definitely not been my favorite choice. I've never been the biggest fan of the user interface, but I haven't used it in a number of years. I might need to give it a shot to see if things have changed. From the intuitive tactical controls to the plentiful battery life and powerful audio processing functions, the H8 is well equipped for production, pristine audio for complete musical arrangements, independent films, and panel podcasts. It can be supplied phantom or plug-in power for condenser mics, or accept direct connections from guitars, keyboards, or drum machines. No matter the source, selectable audio recording and pre-recording ensure that you'll never miss a start of a take. A stereo safety track recording provides duplicate track at a lower level to avoid distortion. So it's nice that it's doing simultaneous recording. Oftentimes you might not have time to 100% check the levels, and you have to do a run and gun filmmaking, and then you realize that the audio is way out of balance or way too loud, and then by lowering it, you're already distorting it. So that's a nice feature. And what this thing, pretty much the whole paragraph talks to you about, is that it can be used in pretty much any environment. And that's the biggest thing I learned with the H6. I've shot interviews with it. I've done small like location audio scouting, ambient sound recording. It's great. It's a great microphone, and I'm just excited what the H8 can do. App-driven touchscreen. Now I wonder if it's also going to have a dedicated app, because there's a Bluetooth module that you can get for it, which will set you back about $30. But let's read through this. Operating the H8 is extremely intuitive and user-friendly thanks to 2.4 color LED LCD touchscreen and the 3 app-driven modes optimized for podcasting, music, and field recording. Podcast app, music app, and field app. All great if you anything you're doing from Foley to podcasting to live performance recording to studio recording. it can do that. Leave your external mics at home and travel light. The H8 includes a stereo microphone capsule equipped with two unidirectional mics with nothing more than the H8. You're all set to record speech, practice sessions, concerts, or ambient environmental sounds. Even ear rattling ones up to 136 decibels. Ouch, that is very, very loud. So that's nice that can support that. But I want to talk to someone who is recording at 136. Zoom Capsule System 2.0. Okay. Zoom Capsule System 2.0 allows up to 4 channels of audio to be added to H8's capsules connection, creating new ways to expand your capsules through additional new separately available capsules. Please. XAH8, VRH8, EXH8. And you guys can read what that can do. Here we go. Supports existing Zoom Mic Capsules. The Zoom Mic Capsules input onto H8 accommodates Zoom existing line of separately available interchangeable capsules, which can be swapped out and easily as the lenses of a camera with shock-mounted XY, mid-size, and mono or stereo shotgun mic capsules to choose from. You can ready to record music, dialogue, or sound effects without carding an external microphone setup. Opt for EXH6 combo input capsule to accept 2 additional mic lines that can also be XLR quarter-inch jacks. So yes, it does support the H6 series of capsules. That is nice. So if you already have the H6 and the H6 capsules, you're already halfway there. So your gear is not going to waste. Fast, user-friendly operability. The H8 front panel is ergonomically arranged with its most essential and commonly used controls, transport buttons for record, pause, play, and stop, individual record arm buttons that double as mute switch during playback, large screen gain knobs and pad switches. For added safety, a hold switch disables all front panel buttons to prevent accidental operation during recording. That's cool. So what that pretty much means is that there is a safety switch. You toggle that thing on, and then you can play around with knobs and nothing would happen, just in case that someone bumps across your recorder and one of the knobs gets a little bit turned. You're not going to make a difference. That's a really nice safety feature, because sometimes I've honestly done that and I'm like, oof, you have to keep going sometimes when you're shooting an interview and you're with talent for only a few minutes. Instant access to gain adjustments. Each H8 input has its own dedicated gain control knob. There's no track selection or button pressing required to optimize your recording levels. Just turn the dial is clearly labeled 0 to 10, which is similar to the H6. Anytime you need to adjust the gain. If your XLR input source are so loud that you need to even less gain that preamps provided the 0 setting, use the 4 front panel pad switch to attenuate the XLR inputs by 20 decibels, which is nice. Now, I haven't had that issue before, but for individuals that have all sorts of different types of productions, I'm sure that is a nice feature for you to have. 8 channels of microphone line inputs. Equipped with the 4 XLR inputs, 2 XLR quarter jack combo inputs, and 3.5mm stereo mini jack input. On the XYH86 capsules, the H6 can accommodate condenser microphone via 12, 24, or 48 VDC phantom power. 4 decibel balanced line level sources or signals from unbalanced instruments with active electronics. Whether you plan on recording studio condenser mics, feeds from wireless receivers, or lavs, and shotgun mics, combos for an interview, the H8 preamp is ready to deliver a low noise performance. Record old channels live or over dub layers, SD card recording interface functionality. Wow. So it supports up to 2 gigabyte SD card. And 32 gigabyte SDHC card. Now, I'm not sure who has a 2 gigabyte. Okay, so it's 2 gigabyte capacity, 32 gigabyte capacity HDH6, or 512 gigabyte SDXC. A 2 GB card will yield an over 3 hours of 16-bit 44.1 kilohertz stereo recording time using BWF compliant wave format for uncompressed audio quality and industry standard file compatibility. So that's nice. So anywhere from 2 GB to 512 GB is supported. No, 512 GB cards are pretty expensive nowadays, especially if you go past 512. 1 TB SD cards. Ooh, they're expensive, but we're getting a little bit sidetracked. Alternatively, use the H8 12-in 2-out USB audio interface at a 24-bit 96 kilohertz with your Mac or Windows computer for audio interface operation. With an iPad, Apple camera connection kit is required and available separately. So that's cool that it truly can become an audio interface. Now, I've never considered using my H6 as a standalone audio interface. I'm not sure even if that was an option with it. I might want to read about it if that's possible with the H6. But if it was not, H8 being an audio interface, that's a nice feature. 3.5mm output for simultaneous hookup to camera and headphones. The H8 boasts 3.5 line headphone mini jack output for simultaneously feeding your camera DSLR and a pair of headphones. For quick playback reference and built-in monophonic speaker also provided. Powered by AA batteries, which kind of is the same thing as the H6. It used 4 AA batteries. Alkaline batteries can keep H8 running for over 20 hours, and that's true. Although you can do a wall power to it, but the batteries keep this thing going. I mean, sometimes I haven't switched over my batteries in an H6 for literally a year. No, it doesn't mean that I've been using it for a year, but some on and off, and sometimes leaving it on for a little bit. It's crazy. Rugged and portable, handheld mounted. Yes, the body has a nice shockproof design to some extent. The durable ergonomic body lends itself naturally to handheld use. Should you need to mount it on a mic stand or a tripod, a threaded hole on the back of an H8 obviates the need to stand for stand adapters. Obtain a hot shoe adapter available separately to attach H8 directly to a DSLR. I mean, or you can do a cold shoe mount. Signal processing adds sonic polish. Special recording function. Supports external remote control. You can use iPhone or iPad to monitor meters and press record, play, and stop in each H8 application mode. Wow, that is starting to get really hard to say after you say that word, like, or H8 30 million times in one video. Just insert the BTA1 Bluetooth module available separately to your H8 and connect to your iOS device. That's really cool. And I talked about that in a little bit, that they do have the Bluetooth module. Now, it'll be kind of cool if you can transport the audio directly from the H8 onto your iPad or your iPhone. And I wonder if they do plan on having Android support as well. So those are 2 things I would like to know. The H8 comes with free software licenses for Steinberg's Cubase LE and WaveLab Cast audio editing software. Once again, not a selling point. Audio for video, field recording, podcasting. I mean, they're definitely actually, where did I see that? WaveLab connects you directly with a podcast directory such as Spreadshirt or Podbean. Or you can do custom RSS feeds. So that's nice that even though they seem to have some sort of integration with existing podcast directories, if you want to do your custom RSS feed, you have that ability. So this is kind of a bit of an overlook, guys. What do you guys think? Is this something you would like to play around and use as part of your productions? Once again, you have the battery display out here. All the buttons, they look like nice touchy clicky buttons. My only concern is that how hard would it be if you truly maximize all the ports to hold in your hand, is that like going to be hard? Because think about all the microphone ports that you're using. But of course we have that tripod screw mount on the bottom of it. So this is about it, guys. This was my first look at the H8 recorder, and I definitely want to make a video on the H6 that we have, and actually we want to start using as part of these setups, and then use it to demonstrate some of the features for you guys before the H8 comes out. And then we're going to do some definite head-to-head videos between H6 and the H8. If you want us to discuss any other camera gear, let us know. And like I said, let us know if you have been using the Zoom portable recorders. If you use the H6, are you getting the H8 or using some other recorder? I know that there's a couple other companies out there like Sound Devices, Tascam, etc. But I've been using, like I said, the Zoom devices for quite some time, and their interfaces have come very easily to me over the years. Like I said, the H6 does have a bit of a learning curve when you're first getting started, but after you've been using it for quite some time, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, if you, like I said, if you guys want us to review any additional gear, or you want us to talk about some of the other gear that we use and already have some ideas about the gear we want to review and talk to you guys about, such as the loop deck, what we use for our photo and video editing, let us know. Stay in touch with us on social and let us know what you guys think about the video or the recorder. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya.